afraid of nothing. As an artist, I'm taught to be real observant to the point where I could look at something, because if I have to draw it, I got to take it out of my head, because things don't sit still. You can't always take a picture. And now figure this, we have social distancing. Now, you never knew if the person standing next to you, behind you, or in front of you was a racist. You never knew if they had AIDS or tuberculosis breathing on you, right? You never knew if they were a masked murderer, or a man-hater, or a woman-hater, or a communist, or a fascist. But yet you stood in line with them, right? And then it's at the cash registers that, you know, they have these barriers, but, you know, you could stand next to somebody in the aisles. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you see, it's just revealing itself slowly by slowly. And if you're not observant, you're not going to see that, because you're instilled with fear, which makes people blind. And it's really sad, you know. So it's like, you got to think about how communism works. And, you know, you can't just go about it like that. And now people are hating on each other because, oh, you're not wearing a mask, you're standing too close to me. So now it's like Big Brother is here, and we're governing each other. And it's just not cool. So as I go through the day, you know what, it was entertaining at first, because, you know, I wanted to be under the radar with all the threats. Just, you know, my immune system is good because my diet is right and my mind is okay. You know, and my body's in sync with that, with good vibrations and frequency. But at the same token, you know, I did wear the mask because it was kind of neat, you know. It was just like going under the radar, you know. But then again, it's what a slave would do. And if you look at The Hobbit and all those things, there's a time and place for that, but right now is not the time, because if we're going to be unified as people for a cause to deal with this, we have to learn from each other, we have to respect each other, and we have to take into consideration that we all play a part and we all know something. Okay, so like I said, you know, you never knew what the person standing next to you was before. Okay, now if they're wearing a mask or something, you'd be like, that's not my culture. You know, which is another reason that you should think twice about why those people are wearing headgear and masks and covering up. And, you know, now that it's like Nazi Germany with paperwork, you know, you got to have your papers. And, you know, you got to really put two and two together. You got to conceive. You got to remember. You got to have an impeccable and meticulous memory for detail and knowing what you're looking at and assessing that for the right it is. You know, and you just got to go with that for right now. And it's your chance to be upstanding, you know. You spent so many years just chilling out, you know, getting lit, getting high, getting rich, getting by. And now it's time to let your spirit fly with freedom in the sky, you know, because it's like, you know, freedom, liberty, and justice for all. America's the only place that was ever signified as that, and I understand that to a T, okay, and with a toughness. Okay, and you know, the Statue of Liberty, oh, it could be a sun god, but, you know, millions and millions of people come here and have came here, and that is representative of a symbol of freedom for them, you know, and they did the right thing by learning the language and signing papers, and, you know, and people talking about, you know, older people being a target because they live past the point of Social Security expectations, so now, you know, they're taxing places. And, you know, what people write in paperwork, they can corrupt the state within a month's time with class action suits, you know, put people in jail. So you got to conceive that this is all happening for a reason. And just like Haggalaz, like I mentioned in another video, you know, the hail that comes down destroys, but it melts, and then new life grows. And we're going to grow from this. And if you're not strong, you won't survive. If you're not adherent to being coherent and focused and having your composure and being nonviolent, you're not going to survive. And you're going to attract things in your life that are going to kill us and kill you, just like they have been growing. And, you know, it's about accountability. It's about forgiveness. It's about integrity. It's about the truth. And, you know, with the truth, imagine if our government and all the rest of the people that are handling all this crap and this illusion came out and says, okay, look, here's why it's really going on, and here are the changes we need to make, and we did the wrong thing, and we've mistreated you, to our people. Could you imagine that? I bet you, like more than 2/3 of the people would say, you know what? Thank you. Let's come up with a program, because we knew something was wrong. We're getting tired of being pushed around, and we want to live. We do have a right to live. And, you know, there's other people, I watch their videos, and there's other people I know they're watching my videos, and I know that, like, you know, we learn from each other, and there's no ownership, there's no capitalization on shit like that. There's no copywriting at this point because we stand to lose it all by being governed, you know, and that's something that's really important to take into consideration. So if you want to stay home, if you want to, you know, feel like you're saving a life, you're saving your own until it gets to that point where they take it away by force and come to your door. If you want to go out and wear a mask and hat and gloves and stuff, you know, you're kind of making yourself indifferent and you're acting on fear. And it's time to do away with that, you know. I mean, there's a lot of fears, you know. I used to be 178 pounds. Now I fluctuate between 140 and 150 because of my nutritional plant-based plan. And thank you, Dana, for showing me the light on that. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the other people that have instilled in me the integrity and power and support to go on, you know. And Charles, there's so many people. I don't care. You know, if you don't like your name, then it is what it is. But, you know, these people have known me for who I am, and they've assessed who I am, while this whole time I'm assessing who everybody else is, because, you know, I've been put in the dark too. I've been placed in corners. I've been kept out. I've been made to look through the window. And I'm just telling you what I see. And you can choose to believe me or not. You can say, who the fuck is this guy? Who does he think he is? I'm a survivor, okay? I'm an upstanding American, and in that, I take pride and I value that, okay? Because that's what protects me and allows me to live free. And if you don't value that, just keep doing what you do and act in fear and become a slave. Because at the end of the day and at the end of all this, it's going to be the people that are strong enough and want to make themselves different and stand out, that are and have a say, that are going to be looked at with respect instead of being pushed around and pushed around and pushed around and pushed around. So you can deal with it. Just deal with it and do what you got to do. But make it happen and realize that unity comes in the form of a perspective of life, and we're all facing it right now. You know, old, young, black, white, every different nationality. It's all great, you know. It's all great. You know, there's a man. I walked into a job that was $110 one time, about 25, 30 years ago, and it turned into a job that was actually worth $256,000 at 23 years old. But right then, at the point where we're going to get my check, the company switched owners and they changed their logo. But the man's name was Chris Coyne, and he told me, he says, if better is possible, good is not enough. And you know, you thought things were good before, and now they're actually getting worse in a way. So we can do better. We can all do better. Even I can do better, and I'll be the first to say it, okay? I lead myself, and I follow others, and I support others who have the integrity that show me that I would want to be living in a world with them. So you got to put your indifference aside right now, and I see a lot of people doing it. But the only problem is they're acting on fear. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to be racist towards you or cut you off or rip you off because we're all scared right now, and I'm worried about myself and my family. It's a great opportunity to just pick up where we are